So welcome to a special edition of the Coach's Corner. I am proud to announce Sage Media will be partnering with Thomas Edison. We'll be live streaming all of their home games, so it's only appropriate that we give them a proper introduction. We have head coach Ryan Gompers, who's going into his 5th year coaching here for the Inventors. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, what's up, Andre? Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be partnering with Sage Media Solutions. I've been following you guys for a while, so I'm super excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into the Queensboro. You know, a lot of good things are happening over here, especially in the 3A. We're going to get into all the things about your division in the Queens 2 division in the 3A. So, of course, Coach, you've been here since 2022, excuse me. So just talk about, you know, the program that you've been building and what makes Thomas Edison so great.
Yeah, so I came over here about 5 years ago. I started my career at John Bound. I was a JV basketball coach for about 9 years. I needed a little bit more of a challenge. The basketball position opened up, a little vacancy. So I met with Principal Ojeda. I did the whole interview process. And I stressed the importance of building a program, not just a team. I wanted to make sure that I had the full backing of the principal before I was going to go all in and give everything I had to building a program. So he promised, he said he would do whatever it takes. And obviously sitting here with you is showing that he's definitely fulfilling his promise, which is awesome. So super excited to definitely be here with you guys. And yeah.
And what kind of basketball should the fans expect from?
So I have a very young team. A big part of partnering with Sage was because I want to get us out there. I want everyone to see what we're building here. So I have a really young nucleus. I'm led by 2 sophomores. All right. One came up from the JV and another one played for me last year. He was one of my leading scorers. I also have a big guy, a 6'7" wing who could really fly and dunk the ball. And it's going to be really exciting to watch. So you're going to see a lot of fast-paced, up-tempo, Brooklyn-style basketball here in Queens for sure.
I think the fans like that, you know.
We're trying to model after them. That's 100%.
Because I mean, it's no mistake that Brooklyn is who everyone is chasing, right?
100.
I mean, I can't tell you, I guess maybe, was it Wings the last time someone other than Brooklyn won? Or I think it was Wings or Cardozo, which is...
Cardozo was good. Down was good for a few years. They made a nice little run also. But yeah, it's mostly the PSAL is a staple for Brooklyn basketball, for sure. And we're trying to change that narrative.
No, I love that, man. And so last year you guys finished 9-5 in the PSAL 3A Queens 2 division. You know, you guys took 2 losses to, you know, the teams that you're chasing in Franklin K. Lane and Epic South, who went and won the whole Brooklyn, Queensboro championship. So just talk about, you know, where you guys were successful last season, where you fell short, and what you want to build in this new season in 2025.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were a senior heavy team. We had 8 seniors, and I relied mostly on underclassmen. Wow. So, yeah, I had a freshman who was our second leading scorer. He was a little nervous at first. He was adamant about playing JV, and I was just, you'll get there. Right? Plus, his older brother played for us, too, so he was like, you know, a little bit of that, I don't want to play with my older brother, I don't know. But it was the awesome part about that, just to touch on that quick, is that the older brother was, like, super happy to have his younger brother, even though the younger brother was outshined him a little bit at times. The camaraderie was awesome. So I laid down 4 underclassmen. So we had 1 freshman and 3 sophomores starting for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 4 out of the 5.
Yeah, 4 out of the 5. And then I had 1 senior who was a very good player, Corey. He graduated. So I knew there was going to be ups and downs. And more downs than ups in the beginning, the learning stages. One of our biggest turning points, though, and where I saw like the future, was we were actually playing Epic South. And we were down 30 points to start the second quarter. Yeah, it was a Saturday 30. It was crazy. And then, you know, had my little talk, said my nice little words, and
Everything clean, of course.
And before you knew it, we come out of halftime, and to start the fourth quarter, we're actually up 6 points.
Wow.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we ran out of steam. They ended up beating us by 4 or 5 points. It was a key block. One of my guys went up for a dunk, and he got it stuffed. And they went around and hit the 3-pointer in the corner. I was like, oh, come on. But I was super proud, man. I saw such a turning point there. But again, when you have so many underclassmen, it's tough. But I had some good seniors, which is why we had a decent season. But it's what I'm looking forward to this season the most, for sure.
Yeah, and let's go into more detail about your two stars coming back. Dwayne Joyner, class of 2028, and Uchenna. I want to make sure I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Uchenna.
Uchenna, who was a freshman last year. So, you had such a young nucleus, but now you go from young to almost you're a veteran now, almost. Everyone's going to be looking at you. So talk about that transition for these players.
For me, before I hit on that, I have one senior this year. So we're still, for high school basketball, we're still young. But to touch on those, they have something different that others don't have, right? They have that moxie, that aura. So the cool thing about Dwayne is I coached his brother at John Bound 10 years ago. So there's a family connection there, yeah. Yep, he played for me for 2 years on the JV. And then his sister went here. So I was involved with the family, and then all of a sudden, here comes Dwayne. So it's like a full circle, even though it's different schools. But man, he's grown, he's matured, he's worked like you wouldn't believe in this offseason with all of our assistants and our trainers, and he is poised for a huge breakout. People are putting out on social media their rankings and stuff. They don't know about him yet. And then to touch on the freshman, Uchenna, man, woo, what a talent. Another one who has shot up in growth. A lethal scorer. Kid can shoot the basketball, ice in his veins. Last year alone, he led us like at least 5 or 7 times in scoring. He won MVP in like 3 tournaments we played in. It was unreal. And he was a freshman. So, the glow and the excitement is running all over. I can't wait to get this season going.
Yeah, you also spoke about 2 players coming from the JV that you're excited about.
Yeah, so we have Ish and Quinn. So Ishmael averaged about 16 points, a dynamic young guard.
Wow, 16 points.
Yeah. He went for, I think, 35 or 36 in 1 or 2 games. He's a dynamic guard, can really score the basketball, sophomore coming up to varsity. And then the sophomore sensation, we call him 6'4" Quinn. When I tell you, this guy, and I say this like wholeheartedly because to get this out of me, like I don't praise, you got to earn it. But this kid has, to me, the best jump shot in Queens.
Wow.
Like 6'4", he can elevate. I don't see it get blocked. It's so smooth, right? It's fantastic to watch. So like he averaged 18 a game for the JV last year. So I see even more from him. So when I'm pairing these 4 together, and then you bring back, I have a 6'6" junior, Alex. He was one of my captains last year. And then I have a 6'7" forward, AB, who's got a crazy motor, plays above the rim like you wouldn't believe. And he's probably the hardest worker we have on this team. He's in the weight room 24/7, all day long. And it's super exciting. When now we're meshing everybody and some incoming people that are showing up. And the word is out. Like everyone's hitting us up on Instagram and my assistants. They want to come here in Queens. So we want to show everybody what we have.
And I love that point. I actually want to harp on, the Queens 3A division. Again, the champion of the Queens boroughs. So this is 4A, 3A, 2A. Everyone in this playoff tournament was Epic South, where you guys play twice a season. And just talk about the competitiveness. Some people might say, 4A, 3A, why would I watch the 3A? Talk about how competitive your division is.
Well, like you said, Coach Mike, that was at Epic, he did a great job. All right, and they won Queensboroughs, and the previous year they actually won the 3A.
Yeah.
So those were, and then the previous year before that, they were actually really good also. I think the 3 or 4 years he was there. They were always super competitive. So those games were intense. Franklin K. Lane's been really good in the past couple of years. They graduated a couple guys, but Coach Banta over there is a really knowledgeable guy, and he always runs a good program. But besides that, what me and my assistants like to do is we sit down before and we try to schedule games against upper talent. So we try to focus on the 4A schools. Our goal is to get there. We will be there, no doubt about it. Before I am done, and I have a while to go, I will be in the 4A. Thomas Edison will be playing the 4A very soon. All right, but we have to, it's growing steps. Just like we're building a program and we're taking our time, the same thing. So we're getting there, and we're going there. If anyone thinks that Thomas Edison is staying in the 3A just to win, that's not the truth. Okay, our ultimate goal is the 4A, and we'll be there very soon. But so we play last year, Cardozo. I scrimmage teams like Down. Bayside was one of the top teams in the 3A. I go there on purpose, not here, there. Queens High School teaching, Springfield, all the 4A schools. This year we're playing boys and girls, which is going to be cool and a lot of fun. And then I'm playing in a couple of tournaments, and I've requested either upper level 3A Brooklyn teams or anything 4A. So it's best to play the best competition, whether we win or lose. The growth that these kids will get by playing them, it's only going to help us in the long run, right? So it's not how we start, it's how we finish. So we're going to start out strong with a schedule. We're playing teams like Portledge, right? Or we're coming out to Long Island to play in a tournament at St. Dominic's against a Long Island school. And we're going up to Connecticut to play an academy. And we're excited. Like, we're just building and building, and we're adding things, but we are going to play. We're trying to play all the top talent. So after you watch this podcast, if you're interested, you just hit up our Instagram.
What's Instagram? Tag the Instagram.
Yeah, at Edison B-Ball.
I'll put that somewhere, like right under Edison B-Ball. We got editing skills, man. So just talk about, again, you kind of answered the question, I think, but I know I want you to verbalize it. You know, closing the gap between, you know, the two teams, you know, the Lane and Epic South. You know, you lost your games against them, but, you know, in the Lane game, you know, you guys only lost by 1 point. I think it was a 1 point game going into the fourth quarter, really competitive. So I guess the key for you guys closing that gap and making that 1 point loss into a 1 point victory is the competition you play.
Oh, 100%. And not only that, it's the hard work and determination that my assistants specifically have put in after the season. Like, this is a nonstop basketball organization now. So we're going right from the end of the season, and we're not stopping. So all summer, whether they're training with someone in the park or whether my guys are there every morning, and all that hard work, not just playing the games, but the rising, you know, the grind, the waking up at 8 in the morning and getting to the park and staying there till 9 at night. I have one of my trainers, who I'll shout out in a few minutes. He is one of the best, and he's there from 8 to 9 p.m. Like, on his Instagram, which we'll shout out later again, he shows, man, he's there till 9 p.m., loves the kids, and I love that, which is why I affiliate myself with them. So this hard work, putting it in, waking up at 6:30 for our morning workouts, staying late on game days. You know, I have a wife and kids at home. She understands, like, this is what we want to do here and what I'm passionate about. And I'm seeing the difference. I think that with all this extra work, the gap is, to me, has closed. I have all the confidence in the world in this group of kids and my administration here, right? Because they're allowing this to happen 100%. Like, my principal Ojeda, he is at almost all of our games. Yeah, super, super supportive of us. All the kids know him. He's in the halls. He's giving them high fives. He's just all about, it's all the sports here, but basketball, he's taking a real liking to with the kids. So, when you have their support and you have the teacher support, and now I have my assistant support with me, that gap is closed because the kids feel that. When they feel that, they want to go even harder. You know, they want to give 150%, and that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, and I think that's a good transition to outside of the varsity team. You know, how about you just talk about all the things that Thomas Edison has to offer outside of the basketball?
Yeah, I mean, so when parents are now, the whole thing was to get Thomas Edison basketball in the name of other schools that have been doing well, right? Because our school stands out for the academics. The passing rate is up almost 100%, right? What this school offers and what parents have seemed to, like, really fall in love with is that we're a CTE school, right? Career, technology, and education. So we offer 12 to 14 different shops. So when they come here,
incredible.
Here's the best part. I always saw that when I was at my old school, the kids would struggle with foreign language, and they would struggle with art and music. It just seemed like the athletes always struggled with that. But in here, because we're a CTE school, they'd have to take that for their first semester. But then in their second year, all right, so now we're going to our sophomore year, they're taking their career readiness classes. So we offer IT specialists. My favorite, automotive. I mean, Andre, I need my brakes done. I'm calling Mrs. Sierra. So he's downstairs. I text him, hey, I got to bring him my brakes. I'm picking up the brakes myself. And their kids, all my students, my players are down there. I have players in automotive, and they're lifting my car.
I'm about to say, they're lifting they're putting the car on the jack and everything.
I'm a little nervous about that. Heard some stories in the past. A wheel might have fell off.
Sorry, listen, Lieutenant, if you mess my brakes up at practice,
that's it. I'm not benching him, but he might be sitting in the quarter. But yeah, so they're putting in brakes. We have a new one, esports, so they're like making video games here. One or two.
Or you said esports, so they're not playing video games.
No, you're not playing video games. This is making video games here. And they're partnering with St. John's, and there's another university, I'm not sure, but St. John's now has this, so it's going to be a filter program that we can give kids, hopefully scholarships, to go to St. John's to learn how to build video games. I mean, this is the world we live in, right? So, yeah, there's a multitude. We have a medical assistance where kids are going and getting hours in the medical field. That's a very small. And I think the biggest one when we spoke with Principal Ojeda was that we're going to have kids trailing you guys, Sage Media, right? And that's another reason this partnership was awesome, is because we're a tech school, and this is like an awesome tech company. And yeah, my kids are going to get hours here and trailing you and learning everything from the best. So yeah, we're super pumped about that. And but this school offers so much more that most schools don't offer. And these kids you're not graduating with just a high school diploma. What if you don't like school? What if you don't want to go to college? You are leaving with a diploma. You can go work as a mechanic.
So you graduate with the certification.
Yes, you have the certification. Yep, in all the techs. You have to do 3 years, but yeah, you get it. So it's a really, so now that we can add sports to this, let alone what we offer here already, and the great school culture with the way these kids behave and the respectfulness, it's like for me to come here, it's awesome. And I'm glad we can start mixing both into this.
No, that's really incredible stuff, especially, I'm going to have to come get my brakes done over here too. You know?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I'm part of the family, right? Get the family discount.
Yeah, it's free. You just got to purchase them yourself.
I love it.
Yeah, labor's free for sure, but got you.
I love that, man. And just talk about, I know you guys are affiliated with the AAU program. Talk about
So look, I'll bring up a small story. A couple years ago, when my second year here, we went 15-2. We were in all these extra showcases. We were in the boroughs. We were the top 3A team in the boroughs, right? So I think we had the 5th seed. We were behind 4 others. And hey, I thought I could do it all by myself because I was doing it, right? And it was going great. And then, a kid leaves here or there, and you get down on yourself, and you're like, what are you doing wrong? But you're not doing anything wrong. You just need help. And I'm not afraid to admit that, right? You're only as good as your help is. That's how I really believe. Like at home, I'm only as good as my wife is. Let's be honest.
You love you women.
There we go.
Or better halves.
So I knew this, and I just happened to be we were playing Jamaica High School, and I see this young guy, young meaning like probably 10 years younger than me, and he's cheering on all of my players. We had a doubleheader. So he's cheering my guys.
Your player.
And when he was a freshman for me, Alex, he was cheering on Alex specifically at our game. So what is this guy doing here? Like, I got to know who this is. So I went up from my player over. I was like, who is that? He goes, oh, that's my AAU coach. Well, let me talk to him. I called him immediately that night. I'm like, hey, who are you? What's your affiliation? And are you with anybody? Are you with a high school? He's like, and he came from a Brooklyn school, and he was looking for an opportunity in Queens. He's from Jamaica, right? And we built a relationship over that year, and he's with UA1, all right? You'll see them a lot in our tournaments. We play under UA1. And Coach Tyshawn Butler, me and him, we formed a great relationship over a year. We had some camps. We had a camp or two here for his UA1 program. That's where I met Coach Moore. That's his right-hand man. And then, who am I missing? Yeah, he had a bunch of other ones. And, hey, it just worked. Mm-hmm. It was something we built over like 6 months. Like, it was trying to trust. Like, I don't know you. Ty, hey, I want you. Okay, I'm going to be there. Do we know? Right? So we just built that trust. We spoke every day. He was coming down. I wanted to show him that I was for real. That was his thing. Hey, are you for real? Do you want to build this program? And I'm like, yeah, 100%. I got to show you. So I showed him. Are you dedicated? And this man is dedicated, and all his guys over there are dedicated. So Coach Ty at UA1 is my main guy. He's my main assistant. And then we have Coach Moore, who is my second, and he's now actually moving over to the girls.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to build a program. Remember? So Moore is over with the girls. And then they introduced me to somebody else, and that's the other one I wanted to shout out because, yeah, UA1 is our main, but we are affiliated with somebody else who has a younger AAU affiliation. They're called Who's House Baller, and it's Coach Shake.
Is that all out of Queens?
Yes, they are out of an elementary school over in Queens, and this is the man that I was talking about, the man that's there from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you don't know him, you should know him. If you need training, you should use their training. His Instagram handle is at Mr. Shake 6. Boom, we'll put it in there. But you got to watch his videos, man. So Who's House Bowler is also with us, and he's here dedicating his time. We don't need a gym. If the girls are in the gym, JV's in the gym, let them have it. This man doesn't need a gym to be successful. It's unbelievable. If you just came, you could film a session for 2 hours. What this guy's doing here. It's unreal. Conditioning-wise, basketball-wise, he played overseas, so he knows this stuff. And, yeah, so Coach Shake for the Who's House Ballers and Coach Ty, that's at Butler Networks. We'll put that right there. And at Coach Moore, _ NYC, a big time in the city. And shout out to his daughter also. She got a full ride to Division I Rutgers. Yeah, so she'll be there playing this year. So we're going to definitely be cheering her on. But it just shows you his pedigree, like where he got his daughter. So
yeah, and I think it was an interview with Coach Malcolm from Brooklyn Collegiate, and I think he said that one of the most important things to have a successful program is having a year-round program. Not only having the players playing together, but so they stay out of trouble. They always have something to do all year round. So having an AAU program affiliated, I think, is excellent to keep the team together.
I mean, one thing there, or UA1 is adding this year with us, and Thomas Edison is adding, is strength and conditioning and a nutritionist. So that would be Coach Storm, and he's part of UA1 also. And he's coming in, he's teaching them how to eat right, how to properly hydrate. I could tell them till they're blue in the face. They don't want to listen to me. Not on everything, right? So I have one specifically designed. He comes in, loves the kids, builds a relationship. He trains them basketball-wise too, but he's really focusing on their body and getting right for the games. Another reason that I think we're closing the gap too is because all of this together now, especially with the nutritionist, is really going to help their bodies and recover from games when we have 2 or 3 in a week.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. So, Coach, I'm going to wrap it up. And, obviously it's a big year for Thomas Edison and young talent. You're young and now you're a veteran almost with the experience. You have some marquee matchups in the 3A. Sage Media is now here. So just talk about, you have a new platform to display everything that Thomas Edison has to offer to New York City. What is a successful season for the inventors, excuse me?
Well, nothing less than a division championship for sure. Going farm boroughs and making a real push for the 3A. But most importantly, I think besides that, that's definitely our goals. But I think partnering with you guys, getting our name out there, getting the college coaches watching, getting my kids the looks that they deserve, and putting them in colleges so that they're successful down the line. Those are the goals. So winning, of course, we want to win, but ultimately, we're going to create better men here, and we want to put them in college. So with your partnership, a big win for us would be getting exposure and just putting them in the future and setting them up nicely.
Coach Gompers,
it was a pleasure, man.
It was a pleasure. Can't wait to be with you guys all year long right here on the Sage Media Solutions YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. We will be here with Thomas Edison all year long. Thanks, guys.